You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and Jon.
Yes.
Episode 145, the Habanero Disaster.
Perfect title episode. Great job, man.
We are here today. One of us, it might just be next week. It might just be Last Night's Coffee with Jon.
Chuck's getting a little bit worried, everybody, about his idea to drink this habanero hot pepper soda. I think he's starting to regret the idea a little bit. He's definitely showing his nerves. In our pre-show conversation, he was kind of giving himself away a little bit. And
Normally,
here you are thinking it's going to be Last Night's Coffee with Jon next week.
Normally, I'm, ice water, dude.
Yeah.
I think two things I'm scared of: women and yellow jackets.
Well, add hot habanero soda to the list.
I'm not scared of this.
You say that.
It's just carbonated water with a little bit of hot sauce in it.
That's one way to look at it. Do you want to read the ingredients to the people real quick?
When we get close, after the ad break is when all this is going to break down. We'll open the soda, and
I'm really excited.
Pomp and circumstances. Right now, we're not going to talk about it anymore.
Okay, no more on that. What'd you do this weekend, man?
Okay, well, I guess I got to give everybody an update that listened last week.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a Traeger.
Yep.
And I cooked everything, dude. Every meal we had at the house over the weekend was cooked on the Traeger. Yeah,
so you acted quick. You talked about it on the show, how you were contemplating last week, and then by what, Wednesday or
Tuesday afternoon, I had it at the house.
By Tuesday afternoon, you had it. And you were seasoning it on Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, something right? Like that.
Thursday, you were seasoning it. Yeah, because I think Wednesday was some rain or something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's hilarious, man. So tell me a little bit about what you cooked. Give me like some highlights. What's your favorite things? What did you cook?
If you get a Traeger, you get the app, right? And there's all kinds of recipes. I mean, there's thousands of recipes on the app.
Okay.
I started with pimento cheeseburgers.
Wow. How did that go?
Oh, dude, let me tell you. When I tell you that's the best cheeseburger I've ever cooked, that's the best cheeseburger I've ever cooked. Perfect in the middle. It was medium-ish.
Yeah.
It had a great flavor. The smoke got into cheese. It was just everything about it was awesome. Now
do you think you could cook do you think you're capable of cooking a better burger than what you just did?
I can only improve from here. Like now and they didn't shrink.
Really?
There was not much shrinkage and barely any grease come out of them. So they were good and juicy.
Wow.
And I didn't go crazy on the ground beef. I just, that 10 for 10 pack they got at Kroger, the pre-made patties.
Oh, yes.
That's what I got.
Really?
Yeah. Because I wanted to I knew those were decent burgers.
Right.
So I wanted to take and have the control. I've had these before. This is the control part of the experiment. The Traeger is the new part of the experiment.
So you wanted a control. That's right. You've had those before. You had those. You knew what they were like.
And I've cooked them on everything that I've ever owned. Including the flat top on the stove in the house. So I knew where they would be, like as far as I knew they were consistent.
Right. Now, did you ever get into those Blackstones or whatever, the griddles, the outdoor griddles?
I got that. I got something that's kind of similar to that. It's the fire disc,
That's right. You did get that. Yep.
and I like it. But basically the best thing I can cook on is jambalaya.
Ah, okay.
Everything else is kind of greasy tasting with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
when I cook it, I don't know. I just don't make sense.
Hmm.
And I probably haven't put the right amount of time into it. I tried to cook bacon
Sure.
because we were having a big breakfast during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm gonna cook the bacon on this. It wouldn't
Right.
cook the
It's
bacon.
big.
Yeah, it wouldn't cook it right. I couldn't get the heat right. I don't know what it was.
Huh. Well, that just kind of goes to prove the point of the Traeger, right? Like it is foolproof.
It is foolproof. And all this time I thought it was cheating because I thought you were basically turning the wood, basically making wood smoke with electricity.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not. The electricity is when it's igniting and it's making the first initial amount of wood burn,
Mm-hmm.
the wood pellets burn, and then after that it keeps going on the wood pellets.
Ah.
Yeah, I didn't figure that out till Sunday.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm getting better with it. I'm okay with it. I still feel like I'm cheating. Because you just push buttons.
Right.
You don't
Right.
have
It's
to.
all on an app too. Like that's so crazy to me.
You don't have to. It don't run away. Like charcoal will go out on you. A gas grill will run away on you.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's just like, okay, here I am.
Oh, I got a recommendation from my brother-in-law, by the way. Shout out
Okay,
Andy again on the podcast. Sup, brother.
what's up, brother?
um, he said if you've been buying Kingsford charcoal, quit buying Kingsford charcoal. There's been a big downgrade in Kingsford the last couple of years, according to Andy.
Oh, that information would have been handy Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. That would have saved me like $600
Have you been using Kingsford charcoal?
religiously.
Do you know the backstory behind Kingsford? Have we
Yes, I
talked about
do.
that on the podcast?
I know it. It's because Ford needed something to do with the wooden pallets.
That's right. And
So
he had a no good son-in-law
yeah,
with the last name King.
yeah,
And so that's how they came up with King's Ford.
yep,
And they were basically burning up the wood and using it and selling it for charcoal.
yeah. It's kind of neat, ain't it?
It is really neat, but it also kind of, man, that's kind of the blueprint for a lot of American industries now. Like we use a lot of the waste from things as other items now, like seed oils and stuff like that. We used to think of seeds as waste, and now
Yeah.
they're compressing them and making them into oils. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. You be the judge, but
Well,
I just think
Ford, he was a forward thinker.
he really was,
I
right?
mean, if you think about it, he was green before green.
Yeah. He was trying to use every bit of it, right?
And he didn't say, oh, we need the environment to save environment. No, he was like, I can make more money.
Sure.
That's the problem with green
Mm.
is you need to make it where not just like invest in this and you'll make money. It needs to be a profitable item.
Sure. Where
You know?
capitalists would want to venture into the
Yes.
market. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
But
very tough market for capitalists to want to get involved in because it's been so politicized,
yes.
first of all, and second of all, it's been so misleading, right? Like,
Right.
how many organizations have come and gone that were these green warriors, right? And
Right.
they stood for nothing. It was all after like donation grab. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And forget that, man. I'm not with that. Nobody
Well,
should be with that,
well,
right?
they
So,
used to look at conservatives used to feel the same way about Elon Musk.
ah,
Oh, that's just one of I've heard. Glenn Beck is a big Elon fan now, right?
uh-huh.
I've heard him say, "Oh, he's just one of Obama's cronies taking money."
Sure, sure.
And then when he comes out and he's like, "No, we're supposed to trust this guy. He's a good guy now."
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
I like Elon. I think he's pretty smart, dude, but he has so many ingredients of a supervillain.
absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah,
speaking of
that's
that,
so funny.
have you seen where that guy's tested Neuralink for him? The
Yeah.
paraplegic or the quadriplegic?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I have not looked into the updates. I was actually thinking about doing that before the podcast and I didn't. I was going
I,
to
s-
look into it and really get into some of the updates.
I saw a video on it. The guy was like controlling a mouse with his brain.
That's pretty wild.
Either that or there was somebody standing off to the side that was just going,
Like an animal mouse or a computer mouse?
a computer mouse, dude. Now, if he had a mouse with a Neuralink in it and he had a Neuralink in it, he might control the mouse. We got to get back to the Traeger. So, anyway, I cooked the hamburgers. And then Saturday, we decided to smoke a pork shoulder or a Boston butt, if you will.
Okay.
And I've done many of these,
Hmm.
but never on the Traeger. So I'm trying to hit the stuff that I know. I will never have anything else. I'll bring you some of this pork to work tonight.
It was that good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that good. It was perfect. It shredded when it pulled apart. It shredded like it was supposed to.
Ah, that's nice.
The flavor was they suggest there's a setting on there where you can do super smoke and it makes more smoke.
Okay.
But that's not really when you're I mean, I'm sure people argue with this. You don't want to I don't want to put a ton of smoke. I want some smoke flavor,
Hmm.
but that shouldn't be the main thing you taste.
Sure. No, I
The
don't want
main
an
thing,
overwhelming smoky
yeah,
flavor.
yeah, the main thing you should taste it should be the
The meat.
the meat itself
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
seasonings on the meat. So
Sure.
it had the right amount of smoky flavor. It had a smoke ring, which was really nice.
That's good.
I cooked potatoes. I put some potatoes on there while that was going, and then after it got done, I turned it up and cooked some biscuits.
Really?
Yes,
And it did all of that just fine.
it did all of it just fine. The biscuits it did not brown,
Okay.
but they were done.
Sweet. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Those things seem like such a good investment.
It is. I'm trying to get Dad to buy one, and he's looking because he's in the market for a new grill right now.
Hmm.
And Pit Boss makes one. So his grill is his emergency cooking device too if the power goes out because they're total electric.
Oh, right.
So he's looking at the one that's the dual fuel that's got the pellet smoker on one end and the gas burner on it too.
Sure. Sure. That makes sense.
And it's got an eye because he's like, I want to make my blackened fish. I'm like, Dad, with the Traeger, you don't have to have all this other stuff to make the blackened fish. You just look up the blackened fish recipe and make blackened fish.
Right. Right. He'll get the hang of it. He'll get the hang of it.
I may make some fish dip for this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up.
Yep.
Summer, dude. It's summer.
Yes.
It
It's
is
upon
here.
us, brother. Yes.
Summer is upon us. So that's one more thing I cooked. I cooked steaks yesterday.
Oh, steaks. How did those go?
Did the reverse sear.
And
If it wasn't a top sirloin, it would have been a very, very. I'm not a big top sirloin fan. It turned out great. It was a good steak, but that's not my
yeah.
favorite cut of meat.
Mm-hmm.
They were about that thick.
Yeah.
So
I
they
love
turned out
sirloin.
good.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's
I
your
really
go-to?
like sirloin. Yeah. For some reason, I've always liked sirloins. I guess how lean they are.
I got turned on to some ribeyes down at a little restaurant in Manchester, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I used to not care. Just give me the steak. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just give me a steak. Just a steak. Now you go down there and you try to order something other than a ribeye. They're like, no, get the ribeye. They're like,
They let
how's
you
it?
know.
They're like, you'd be like, how's it get the ribeye?
Yeah.
The ribeye's great.
That's awesome, man.
It was a farm to table restaurant before that was popular.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I really like ribeyes, man. It's a good cut. They're great.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But I found some mai in the freezer too.
So it might be time for that.
Might be time for some mai fish dip.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You ever eat fish dip?
I've had fish dip before. Yeah.
Fish dip's an interesting thing.
Go on.
Okay, you like tartar sauce, right?
Yeah.
And you like fish.
Yep.
You like chips?
Yep.
Or crackers?
Yep.
So you're taking the tartar sauce and you're taking the fish and you're basically, I mean, there's more ingredients than that, but you're basically mixing all that together in a ball and eating it.
Yeah. It's great.
I mean, with a cracker.
Yeah. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's the simple things in life, right?
It's the simple things in life. And it's expensive when you go to a restaurant.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I think we've established that the Traeger is like an American staple now, right?
Yeah, it's definitely. I think everyone should have one. Charcoal is antiquated way of thinking.
Once you go Traeger, you never go back.
That's what I'm told.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
It's got me wanting to design a whole outdoor kitchen around this thing.
That's funny. That's funny. Now, you finally indulged in another American staple this weekend.
Yeah, I watched Rambo for the first time ever.
Rambo First Blood. What did you think? How was it?
I imagine in the 80s when it come out, it was probably a pretty awesome movie.
What are you saying now?
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay.
It's okay. I'd watch it again.
It's cheesy, right? But like, it's
very cheesy.
Awesome.
Very cheesy.
It's so awesome.
And I watched the first 10 minutes of First Blood 2 or Part 2.
Yeah.
Just to see what had happened.
Yeah. First Blood Part 2.
I'm like that? I know because there's several other movies that he didn't go to jail forever.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, there's some storyline about how he gets out and stuff like that. It's pretty neat.
I did not like the sheriff. I don't like that mentality of the sheriff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is not. I've never liked that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, neither did Sly Stallone.
No, he didn't. And maybe that's why that movie crossed over so many. You know, that movie probably defined a lot of Gen X thinking.
Yeah.
You look
it very well could have.
Did it come out with the elder Gen Xers?
Mm-hmm.
And the middle Gen Xers got to see it, new. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go down the Rambo universe.
I can't believe you're 44 years old and have never seen Rambo First Blood. That blows me away.
Well, here's the deal. My mom didn't let me watch it. She wouldn't even, like, when I was little, she wouldn't let me watch it. And then I just kind of forgot about it.
I grew up watching that. Didn't we have that happen once before?
What did you say grew up again?
I grew up watching that movie.
What? I don't
What
get
did I do?
balloons. Huh?
What did I do? That's what I did. You don't get them. You don't get them. Only I get the balloons.
Do it again.
I don't. Okay, maybe I don't get them either.
I grew up watching him.
Oh, I got the balloons again.
Man, I don't get balloons.
You guys have got to check out the YouTube to understand any of what's happening right now. I grew up watching Rambo. He was like Rambo, Terminator, Predator. Those were like in every Chuck Norris film, the Jean-Claude Van Damme films, all of them, dude. I grew up watching all of them. That was a huge staple in my household. But not Steven Seagal.
No Steven Seagal. He's a chef on a train.
And he's a sheriff in Louisiana.
And a sheriff. And they put a portal link in New York City.
Yes, they did.
And we all knew that this was not a good idea. It took, what, 3 days for it to go horribly wrong?
It took 3 days for the news to ask people to stop performing indecent acts in front of the portal. So to give our listeners some context who may not have heard about this, there is this art exhibit that opened up, I think in Times Square, right? In New York City.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's in Times Square. And it is a big round circle structure with a screen with a live view of Dublin, Ireland. And there in Dublin, they've got one where you can see New York City, right? Yeah. Pretty cool.
Which, I mean, it's not rocket science. Not nowadays. It's like me and you looking at each other right now.
Right. But nowadays, for some people, it can also be an art exhibit, I suppose.
I got some art. I'll show them.
Well, that's been the mentality, it seems. And from what I can tell, it looks like both sides just kind of keep upping the ante, right? Like Dublin will do something wild and New York City's got to do something more wild. And then Dublin will do. I love it.
One of them held up their phone and showed them a video of 9/11. Evidently, they never forgot.
Now, how do you feel about all that? I mean, what do you think? Should they take it down? Like, is this sort of behavior bad, or should we just let people be people?
Look, I'm all for a little fun and games, and just
it's already up,
huh?
It's already up in there. So, like,
yeah, I mean, if you're just gonna give people, I mean, you ain't got to moon anybody, and keep it PG-13.
Well, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting bad.
I mean, is there audio?
No, there is not audio. So like I watched some not just the funny ones. I watched some heartwarming ones, right? Where like sisters were able to reconnect who haven't been able to, who just thought it was cool. Like it's not like they can't see each other, but they just thought it was cool, right?
It's like, hey, I'm FaceTiming you. All right, now walk in front of the portal. I'm in front of the portal.
Funny, they're on the phone. They're on the phone while they're looking at each other in the portal. It's like you could just do this on FaceTime, and see Dublin and see New York City.
We have this technology. It exists
in all of our pockets.
Yes. Yes.
But it was cool. There were like some neat little stories like that, but for the most part, it's mainly indecent exposure type scenarios.
Yeah.
Would we
People being
expect
people.
anything less?
No, we don't. Where did you get a Detroit Red Wing shirt?
My cousin Dorothy, or Catherine's cousin Dorothy, bought this for me.
Oh,
They're all from Michigan, but I'm a big Detroit Red Wings fan.
by default.
No, what kind of? Growing up in the 90s, right before the Thrashers got here, I got really into hockey. And the Detroit Red Wings, when Steve Yzerman was playing for them and stuff like that, I just got really into them. So, and she knew that, so she brought me this back one time. She lives down here now. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out Dorothy. Thank you for the shirt.
All right, we're getting closer.
We're getting closer. I know you keep trying to put it off. We had the oldest man enter outer space recently, Chucker. His name was Ed Dwight.
Oh, Ed. He finally made it.
Good old Ed finally made it. He was appointed to the JFK space program. JFK appointed him to the space program, I believe, like 60 something years ago, right? It was a long time ago. He was, I think, the first Black astronaut. Technically, he just never went to outer space. So good old Ed Dwight at 90 years and 256 days old went into outer space. Now, he didn't go into orbit. John Glenn is still the oldest man to go into orbit.
Okay.
I think he was the first and the oldest, I believe.
Did I hear a cat?
No.
Okay.
Maybe. You get cats dropped off on your road all the time.
My dogs eat them.
But hey, I wanted to ask you one thing. Can you guess who Ed Dwight beat out? Who was the oldest man prior to Ed Dwight going into outer space recently?
William Shatner.
Oh, dang it. You read the article?
Nope.
Dang it. You just knew.
William Shatner does everything, dude.
He was 90 years and 203 days old when William Shatner did it, and Ed Dwight broke his record by like 50 days.
Yeah. William Shatner is everywhere.
He is the man.
Is he?
I really enjoy him narrating things. He makes it intense for me.
I mean, he was on the second best space thing ever.
Yeah. I don't even like that. I don't even consider the Star Trek role. Like, save that. Give me all of the unexplained files and all that stuff he does on Netflix, bro. Yeah. I'll eat that up.
William Shatner.
Yeah, he does the best job. He's the best host ever.
His voiceover work is very good.
Very, very good. So congratulations to Ed Dwight for being the oldest man to enter outer space.
Oh, we had another big thing happen this weekend.
What's that?
The qualifying for Indianapolis, which Indianapolis 500s this weekend, was this weekend. So they do a 4-lap average.
Okay.
And the pole speed was the fastest pole speed ever recorded at 233 point something miles per hour over a 4-lap average.
Holy smokes, dude.
He was flying. It was a wicked looking lap.
I'll have to look that up. That is flying. I mean, that's setting a record, brother.
He was, and Kyle Larson is starting 4th or 5th. He's starting on the second row, so he was in a fast 6.
Wow. So that's awesome, man. Well, look, Chucker, you know what time it is. It's time for the ad break. We've got some special activities to get to afterwards. Yes. So let's hit it, brother.
All right.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
I have the bottle opener.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back from the ad break. It's time to drink the Habanero Pepper Soda by Rocket
So
Fizz.
excited. Oh, it didn't do it. Didn't do it.
The ingredients are carbonated artesian spring water, pure cane sugar. Hey, it's good for you. It's got pure cane sugar in it.
That's not good for you.
Citric acid, red pepper extract. That's what's got me worried.
The red pepper extract should have you worried.
The red pepper, because when they use the word extract, that means it's like concentrate.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm fixing to open it.
Crack her open.
And then you're going to have to just lead the rest of the notes in the show. Probably.
Yeah. Well, I was really trying to convince you to funnel it before the show, but you don't care for that idea.
It don't smell that hot.
Well, man, I hope it's. Don't make this a bust. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Show the warning label, by the way. There's a first little taste.
There's the warning label. It's actually pretty good.
All right, down it. Now you got to down it. Yes. Yes. Oh, he's not stopping.
All right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Is it still pretty good?
It didn't look
It's
good.
flat tasting.
I want to know who came up with that and who thinks that would even.
No spice?
No, not really spicy at all.
Oh,
It's kind of a letdown. If you
now we're gonna
really-
have to.
I mean,
Now we're gonna have to look
honest-
into this and find you a spicy one.
honestly, I mean that was not impressive.
We're gonna have to give you the one chip challenge.
Maybe I should just heck no. Maybe I should just maybe I should take my soda stream and start experimenting with hot drinks.
Oh yeah, good idea. Maybe this is your thing, man. All those years of downing Taco Bell packets at work.
to be like, watch this. I mean, it smells like pool water.
Ew.
You know what I'm talking about?
Pool water. Yeah, chlorine.
Huh?
There's probably chlorine in it.
I mean, not chlorinated pool water, water that needs chlorine in it. When you walk by and the
tap
pool's got
water.
that funk to it, you know what I'm talking about, like that. Oh God!
Well,
Where was this stuff made?
It was made. It is a
legally,
Bottled in.
your mama's kitchen.
Reno. That's just
Says
weird
Paul.
thinking about something as a product of Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, it's in
That's
somebody's.
not a knockoff
That
casino.
explains the smell.
Yeah, Catherine got it right over here. That was made in someone's basement.
Yeah.
It smells kind of like a. I don't know, man. I'm really sad.
Like a
I
pool
am too.
trap.
I wanted you to have to run off and go chug milk and possibly bark.
It
I'm
smells
taking this
like,
as a challenge, though. I'm taking this as a challenge. I'm gonna find you a spicy soda now.
I can't place the smell.
I'll make you a spicy soda.
It kind of smells like you'll make me a spot. For
Yeah,
those
what's
of you that are just hearing the voice, John's wife is on with us. There she is. She's making an appearance. She decided today that she would just be like a producer and
Well, I
talk
could
off air. Golly, that
miss
burp
the
was
opportunity.
horrible.
Possibly.
Yeah. Why's my face turning red?
That was a good burp.
Ugh. Ugh.
Dude, you did turn beet red there for a second. You're still a little red. Oh man.
All right. I don't know the smell. The smell, it smells like a. You ever been? It. Oh, there's some kind of bug. It smells like a. And how do we know it was made in Reno? It smells kind of like an old truck stop casino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe bottled by a old woman named her stage name was Diamond.
Do you want to go on a rant about Diamond like you did Deborah?
Deborah. What's Diamond like?
Yeah, give us a little backstory on Diamond.
You
If
want
I was
Diamond's
rolling to
backstory?
Diamond's house, what would I see?
Oh, if you go to
Doors
Diamond's
open?
house.
Yeah, if
So
there's
you
a
go to
door
Diamond's
open-
house. If you go to Diamond's house, it's not a house; it's a trailer home.
Okay.
She
Screen door
doesn't
or no
have
screen
front-
door?
Huh?
Screen door?
Yeah, screen door, but no front porch.
Oh, right.
She has had to pawn her front porch.
She got a step stool.
Yeah, either that or no. It's a pool ladder from somebody's little
Oh, okay.
Intex pool.
Pool ladder.
Yeah, that's how
where she
you get.
gets the water for the soda.
Huh?
From the trailer
Yeah,
park
that's
pool.
where she gets the water for the soda. Is the neighbor's pool.
It's the trailer
So-
park
That she
pool.
stole the ladder from.
Yeah, she stole the ladder. She's
Stealing their
got-
water.
a lot of dream catchers,
Mm,
but they're broken dreams.
right,
Right.
obviously.
Those dreams. She was going to be a movie star, but she only had enough money to get to Reno.
Yeah.
And that's where she adopted the stage name Diamond.
Where's she from originally?
Probably Barnesville.
Barnesville. Seems
Yeah.
about right. Buggy Town.
Yeah, Buggytown, USA. She's from Barnesville originally. So she's got that southern accent, you know?
Yeah.
She's like, hi, the bright light shine night. You know.
This
So
is
every-
Diamond we're talking about.
Hi, this is
Damn.
Diamond we're talking about. Diamond, you know, now she's about 65, but she looks like she could go an easy 85,
Ooh. Oof. Oof.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sun-baked.
Mhm.
I imagine, you know, you've seen Con Air,
Yes.
you know, where they stop at that trailer park and
I thought you were going to say
Machine.
she looks like Nick Cage.
she looks more like
Nicolas
Steve
Cage's
Buscemi.
character in Con Air.
You know where they stop at the trailer park and Steve Buscemi eats that kid?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that's where she lives.
He
Oh.
eats a kid.
That is where she lives, right there at that trailer park.
It's really good.
What? She hadn't seen Con Air?
No,
Oh,
she's nuts.
He eats a kid?
It's implied that he does something he's not supposed to do.
Oh,
It's such a good one.
You can take it two ways in that scene. You can say, oh, he either made friends with her and that's why he has the Barbie doll, or he ate her and took the Barbie doll.
Mhm.
most likely.
So she lives there. She's got cats, lots of them.
Oh, a lot of cats? Okay.
A lot of cats. So it's got the
They're
cat
the
smell.
hairless cats, right?
No.
Oh, no.
Well,
not
they might be hairless because of mange.
Does she sell them as hairless cats?
Yes, she sells them.
Yes.
That's her part-time job. She's like, this is a hairless cat, and they're like, no, that cat's got the mange, and they're like, no. Look, all the other ones are hairless too. Just because they all got mange.
Yeah.
Oh,
Diamond.
I just burped and it come up my nose.
Oh,
Is it spicy coming out your nose?
A little bit. It was.
Maybe when you pee, it'll be really
Oh, I
spicy.
hope not. I hope not. Now I'm scared.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh man.
I'll be singing that Rodney Carrington song. Got to burn.
Ooh.
Let's get back to the notes, shall we?
Let's do it. Praise God for that segment. Scottie Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler got arrested.
Yeah,
On
young
his way
Scottie,
to-
number one golfer in the world, gets arrested on his way to the PGA Championship.
Yeah. He had a pass to go around whatever he was supposed to go around, but they didn't let him.
Yeah, it was a roadblock. Apparently, a pedestrian had been hit that morning, and so
Yeah,
they
they-
put up a roadblock for some
A
reason.
pedestrian got hit by a trolley
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
a shuttle or something.
yeah. It didn't seem to affect Scottie's play that day. He got out of jail. They bailed him out. He got out, played the round. He
had a really good round.
yeah. So
He put one in the hole from the fairway.
yeah,
I'm not sure
really
what you
interesting.
call that. What do you call that?
Hey, you just
There's
knocked
gotta
one
be
in.
some-
Yeah. I
some
don't
kind
remember if that was an eagle or what stroke that was for him.
I mean, it was a
Yeah.
long hit. I'm
Yeah.
not that well versed on golf.
Yeah.
He should have showed up wearing orange the next day.
Head to toe.
Yeah. And then did I send you that meme about it?
What we
It might have been a TikTok. Hold on, let me look and see.
might need to save it for the meme of the week.
Well, I don't know. I got another one for meme of the week, but no, it was a TikTok. So it was his mug shot, John Daly's mug shot, Tiger's mug shot, and one other one's mug shot, and it's like the best foursome to ever play the game.
Yes.
They rule prison golf or something like that.
That's hilarious. But it's so true. Why do the top golfers get in trouble, man? I
Look,
mean,
it's a-
luckily
it's-
this guy wasn't like
It's
crazy
a
off the
stressful
rails.
job, man. It's a stressful job.
Part of me wonders though, did he like have some drugs on him that he didn't want to go through the roadblock, so he like ate them real quick or something? And then that's why he played such a good round, is that they just, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was like magic round.
Yeah.
He was in the zone.
Yeah, exactly. There was the one guy, Doc, what was his last name? That pitched the game on LSD, right?
Yeah.
What if it was like that? What if we're encountering one of those scenarios? This
Oh,
dude,
my-
Scottie, had some drugs on him, and he had to swallow them real quick, try to go around the roadblock, you know?
My eyeballs twitching.
It had a warning label on it.
And my head's sweating. My stomach feels weird.
Feeling weird's better than how the Iranian president is feeling right now.
He feels very dead.
He feels very dead.
He didn't make it. So, you want to go into this? Do we want to go hard?
Yeah, dude, let's do it
Let's
right
go
now.
Hard.
Yeah, you're sweating at the brim. Let's do it.
I don't know why. I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I'm
You got the
kinda
you got the
leaning-
habanero in you, man.
I got that habanero in me, buddy.
You got habanero hands.
I got habanero hands. I feel
Oh,
tingly. You know what? What is it that habanero, like spicy stuff, it does something to you? What does it do? Don't it make you like stronger or more?
No, so I remember reading there was a research paper done where the spicier items, the spicier food items you can handle eating, generally reflects your pain tolerance.
Well, I have a lot of pain tolerance, I think.
Right. So like generally people who can eat really spicy things have a higher pain tolerance. I did read an article, science article about that one time.
I have pain tolerance, but if I see blood, I pass out. My blood, not your blood. My blood.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
If I see my blood, I'm done. like a lot of it. Like I can handle bleeding, like scratch myself and bleed, but if it's like when I cut my finger,
yeah.
gone.
What a good time that was.
You missed it. You wasn't there for me, John.
I know.
You were out.
If I was there for you, you wouldn't have cut your finger. That's what I believe.
Probably so. Probably not. But, we don't have to deal with those windshield washer tablets anymore.
Thanks for getting rid of those, man.
Everybody's got to do their part.
Yes, I want to go hard on this, man. I want to go hard.
All right.
Yeah, pull it up.
Pull it up. Get kicked back here. So, here's the scenario. The helicopter is flying with another group of helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
And they go into a fog bank, a big fog bank. It's one of them fog banks where you can't see across the yard.
Right.
And the only helicopter that crashes is the one carrying the president and the prime minister or ministry of whatever that guy is.
Yeah.
And that's the only one that crashes.
Yeah.
Some people are speculating it could be weather, but why didn't it affect the other three if they're flying in pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Some people believe it could have been shot down.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you know exactly which one that he's flying on if you're just like, oh look, shoot at that one?
Right, you wouldn't know which one he's in, right? Like you wouldn't know.
Right.
Sorry for a little interruption here.
It's okay. I thought we had a helicopter crash. Could it be Big Hebrew?
I mean, they're tired of the missiles, dude.
I think it goes to the top on this one. I think everybody's right. It was an act of God.
So the Most High decide.
Yeah. Hey, you don't mess with Israel.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate Big Hebrew right there.
Could be.
Right?
But even though Israel's turned away from him, but not his son, he still protects them, right?
Yes. They're still God's chosen people, right?
They're still chosen people, right? So, a helicopter flies into a fog bank, and the one guy that dies the two guys that die happen to be the two that needed to be out of the way anyway. Maybe the Ayatollah's next, who knows? And boom, shakalaka.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I did a little bit of reading on it. Of course, there's people already saying the CIA did it. There's people already saying that Israel did it. There's helicopter pilots coming out saying they shouldn't have been flying through that.
Right.
Of course, it was weather. Of course, it was the conditions that they were flying in.
Yep.
I've seen them all. I've seen all the reports, right? Everybody's got an excuse and a reason.
Yep.
But look, at this point in my life, it's rare that I believe in coincidences.
Right.
I'll say that.
His pilot said, Kobe.
Yeah. 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 So I hate it for him. I did see a picture of the VP. Do you have any information on the VP that's going to be taking charge now?
No.
I don't either.
Look, it's just
They swore him into office already this morning.
Okay. And then they got 50 days to have an election.
Probably.
Is what they don't do it like we do.
Okay.
Where the VP serves out the term. Now, I did hear, I was listening to a little bit of news talk radio before the show started, and this was conservatives talking about how they believe it's just, poor equipment on Iran. They got sanctions against them, and it's hard for them to get helicopter parts. Okay. If it's hard for them to get helicopter parts and fix their helicopters, why are we worried about them being a nuclear threat?
It's a good question.
You're acting like they're Cuba.
Right.
And that they can't do things when it comes to maintaining the helicopter that their president flies in, yet they're like, well, they got nuclear missiles and they got this and they got that and they get it. Well, okay, so if there's sanctions against them, who are they getting that from?
There's only so many sources.
You can't, us or Russia.
Yeah.
Or China. Maybe China. But
China doesn't like to deal with the outside world, period, really. So
no, China. And I get tired of them having it both ways.
Yeah.
That's what makes me mad.
Yeah.
It's not, this side's screwing you over and this side, we're the good guys. No. And then when it plays into their conversation, oh, well, they have antiquated stuff, so it's probably just a, equipment function. Okay, so if they got antiquated stuff, why are we worried about them being a global threat?
Right.
You cannot have it both ways.
Correct. I agree.
So
I agree. It makes no sense to me either, man. It makes no sense to me. The only explanation I can see is that they dedicated all of their resources to the nuclear program. But there's no way that Iranian president isn't flying around in the best helicopter they got, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't know. I'm with you. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
Let's talk about. Wait, who's bringing Conspiracy Corner this week?
I think it's my week, technically.
Okay.
Yeah. Why? Do you have one? You got one you want to bring up? Let's do it.
I wanted to talk about the barges and the boats and.
Let's do it. Hit me with it. I don't know much about it. So
the theory is right now that we heard on another pod. Did you listen to that podcast where they were talking about that?
I have not.
That yes, it is somebody interfering with some of this stuff. Probably China.
Okay.
And so you got the boat heading in a direction and it's going and you kind of pointed it. Well, if you cut off the power like that one did in where was that at? Maryland?
Yes. Baltimore.
Baltimore. Well, a boat don't have brakes like a car.
Right.
So you cut the power and it's just going to keep going in the direction it's going.
Yep.
And when you take the velocity and the weight and all this into consideration, it's going to take it a minute to slow down. Well, it hit the bridge hard enough to damage it. So they're thinking it's China. Do you think that's what China was doing with those balloons?
What do you mean? Scoping out places?
No, figuring out how they could manipulate stuff. Picking up signals on that kind of stuff.
Kind of hacking into those systems type of deal. Like how vulnerable would these shipping cargoes be, or these barges?
Or was the balloon the sleight of hand? A magician.
That's very possible.
The sleight of hand. So look at this balloon over here.
Right.
Over here we're doing this.
Meanwhile,
is our freaking government our government that gullible?
Yes. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. We're so ready. We're so trigger happy, man. As a government, I think we're always like that.
I think the world should have wiped China out when the whole COVID thing they let it out. I mean, I think the world should just turned on China and said, you know what? You're not playing here no more. This ain't your. You don't get to play on this ball field.
I agree. I think when we realized that it was a lab leak, right? When that is accepted worldwide, essentially, as the cause of COVID, how are we not?
Right. And we're
How
just
are
like,
we not having punishment of some sort? How are there not ramifications against China?
just business as usual.
Just business as usual.
We even got Toomey back. You know, we had Wish pre-COVID. Now we got Toomey or Temu or whatever it's called.
Yeah. You got all your cheap Chinese products, all you could ever want. Well, look, man, I don't know if I buy that it's the Chinese or that I buy that it's a foreign government who's hacking into these systems and causing these accidents. Chinaman. No, I don't know, man. I don't think it. Yes, there were a few lives lost. I just don't see. Now, you could look at it as maybe a test run, because I don't think enough disruption was caused for that to be like their main attack. Does that make sense?
Maybe they failed.
Oh. In meaning like
maybe they didn't perform the way they wanted to. Maybe it's, I mean, you know, there's tactics and you got to try them.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, a test run, but maybe they're like, ooh, maybe this ain't as effective as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible.
They had the one down in Houston. Was it Houston, Galveston area?
I think so.
It hit a railroad. Where it hit, it ain't like it was close to going through. It was like way over and like, let's hit it right here.
Right. That one was bad. That one was way off.
But I think we proved with, you remember when the bridge burned up in Atlanta?
Yeah.
We thought that was just going to be horrible for traffic in Atlanta and that it was just going to shut down everything, right? Within a few days, you didn't even notice it was closed.
That's true.
So we've got enough road. The same way in Baltimore. Like, oh, supply chain, blah, 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 blah. You know?
There's enough ways around.
We got enough roads in the country that there was ways to get to that spot before the bridge was built.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's going to slow us down for a day or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, that one going out to Galveston, that was the one-way in, one-way out bridge. Mm-hmm. But there wasn't really nothing out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an island. It's like knocking the bridge down to Fort Pulaski.
Yeah.
You know, you've inconvenienced people. You haven't hurt anybody. You just inconvenienced them.
Right. Oh, that's wild. Now, here's a question. Like, does this go back even to, you remember those big shipping, the big cargo ships that were getting beached on those major shipping canals? You remember that?
Yeah.
That happened a couple of times not that long ago, within the last couple of years. Do you think that these are all tied in together?
I don't know.
Because that one, I remember some questions being raised about that one. Like, how could you beach a humongous freaking shipping vessel like this? Like,
have you not seen the videos where they break the ships in India?
How to what?
Okay, so in India buys up all the ships and scraps them. And there's this beach that they just run them wide open into and slide these things up on the beach like they're a freaking bass boat.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool to watch.
That's awesome.
Then they get out there with torches and just cut it up into little pieces.
But here's my thing. When it's a major shipping canal, you know what I mean? Like, how do you beach one there? That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
It'd be different. I do know I had an eyewitness report from Savannah. Mm-hmm. You know, we got that big bridge down there.
Yep.
And you had to go past that big bridge to get to the port. Mm-hmm. Well, only one of the big bridge pylons is in the water, and the other one's on dry land. Ugh. Every time I burp, my face turns red.
Yeah. That's rough, brother.
You're gonna have to do that when you do the clip. You got to do the
all the burps.
yeah. You're gonna have to like just sequence that after it. Like,
I'll get you.
oh man,
You got a meme
Look
for me
at it.
today, dude? I know. I see.
But anyway, what they've got it blocked. Like they got a tugboat that runs up the side of the boat on the side where the pylon's at, so it can get to it. I don't know if that's recent or if they've always done that.
Interesting. So Savannah is taking precautions. Praise God.
Yeah. So there's your meme.
All right, pulling it up now. 1990s comedy versus 2020. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I wonder if Jim Carrey regrets that skit at this point, or if he stands behind it.
I haven't. It's the government. Hadn't he become a big conspiracy theorist, dude? Like, hasn't he gone weird?
Yeah, so he's basically said he got tired of playing Jim Carrey. As odd as that is. Not the roles, like he was like, my whole life is a lie. Like I just feel like I've been acting my whole life. So he just went off and started painting. They're not very good paintings. And he started doing weird stuff. Yeah. I mean, he's a really interesting individual. Like if you're on some kind of path of rediscovery, maybe try looking into him. But overall, he's just a really odd individual. Yeah.
How do we rate this?
How do you rate it? I didn't have to drink it.
I mean, I'd drink it again.
All right. Fair enough.
I wouldn't drink it as fast. I don't know though. If I didn't, I wonder how it'd be. Never mind. A little vodka.
Oh yeah. A little adult beverage with it.
A little adult beverage there.
I could see it.
You know, kind of like a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I can see it, man.
Aren't they spicy? I've never had Bloody Mary.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, a lot of times they are.
Okay.
Shout out to Chef Drew on the
Chef
Eating
Drew.
Chambers channel. Check him out on YouTube, please.
Go watch him.
Yeah, we got any more shout outs this week, dude? Or is that it?
We got Memorial Day coming up. Don't thank a veteran on Memorial Day, please. This is your PSA.
Yeah.
This is the time that we think about the ones that didn't make it back while we grill and eat ice cream.
That's right.
You got Memorial Day plans, John?
I'm going to a Braves game on Memorial Day.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That ought to be interesting. I hope they do something.
They are doing something the day before, I think, or the day after.
Oh,
as far as a giveaway goes. Now, they might do some like seventh inning stretch, like honoring of the veteran.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
like
they
pregame. Hopefully they do something like that. But they're not really doing anything to try to get people out. I guess because it's Memorial Day, they're hoping people will come out.
Dude, Memorial Day Monday used to be one of the best days to go to Six Flags.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because everybody thought it would be. I don't know if it's because everybody's like, well, I ain't going because it's going to be crowded.
Yeah.
Or if just people were busy in general doing other things. But it was some of the shortest wait times I've ever had. Was going on Memorial Day. Yeah. A little hack there. If anybody still goes to Six Flags.
Well, my middle child said the one thing she wants to do this summer is go on a roller coaster. So I see Six Flags in my future.
Yes. Catherine don't ride roller coasters, right?
Nope, it's just me.
Okay, how tall is she?
I don't know if she's going to make the 4.5 feet for Goliath and Superman because it's 54 inches for those two rides. So I don't know if she's going to make that.
Okay. Well, are you going to break her in and be like, okay,
slowly but surely, you know what I mean?
Like, do you go, like, we went, when I went, my first roller coaster I ever rode was the Scream Machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then went from there to the tubular construction.
Yeah.
But my favorite roller coaster in the whole world is not Goliath.
What is it?
The Mindbender.
Mine too.
Because it's perfect.
It's the perfect ride.
It's got enough old school charm with the seats.
Yes.
But it's a steel track.
Yes.
And it goes upside down. So it's like, it's this blend of technologies that's just like, whoa.
Yeah, I have not been on it. You know, they kind of reconfigured it. I don't know if they did anything to the coaster itself, but they gave it a facelift not that long ago. And
yeah,
I haven't.
No, they haven't changed the way the ride works.
Okay, cool. It's definitely my favorite ride there.
The way that you go up such a steep track,
mm-hmm.
and then you have to go around that corner before you drop.
Yep.
Just adds to the anticipation.
I agree.
And then it shoots you first. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best roller coasters. Goliath is probably second.
It's so good. Such a good ride.
So good. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
Sierra blacked out on it.
It gives you that G-force around one curve in particular.
I wish I had the video. I wish I could have videoed when me, Mary Beth, Dad, and I think it was Sierra rode it. Because Mary Beth's praying the whole time. That gets Dad laughing, and he's laughing the whole time. And I'm laughing at them.
Yeah.
And Sierra, you see the video, you see the picture, and Sierra's just like,
yeah. They did a great job picking that as the one to put the camera at, picking that curve as the one for the camera, for sure. Well, look, man, it's been a great show. Episode 145 in the books, dude.
Yep. Ooh, so next week we'll probably record late because of Memorial Day, but we'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be on. We'll be on for sure.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for tuning in, Nightshifters.